Hey, what's going on, guys? So we're back here at the gym today. We're going to be doing an arm wrestling specific one. I've actually just done a little bit of a workout. My wife came down and I was acting as her PT. Then I spent 10 minutes on the elliptical with her at the end. So that's why I have a bit of a sweat. You can see from the glass on the gym behind me, it is humid in there. I don't know if they've got aircon. I don't think they do. It's just a bunch of hot bodies sweating, and it's humid. It's raining here again still today, so no work for me tonight. Instead, I am here at the gym. Tonight we'll be working some arm wrestling stuff. So if you are curious as to how I actually specifically work in the gym when I am looking to be an arm wrestler, because a lot of the other parts of the days, as you guys know, I'm training foundation sort of strength, generalized broad strength, where tonight's more specific to arm wrestling, and you're going to see some arm wrestling handles, you're going to see some arm wrestling moves. If anyone's in the gym watching me, they're probably going to be like, what on earth is that? But I do have the, I don't know if you can see it, France arm wrestling t-shirt on, as given to me by Amric Prodines, number one arm wrestler in France. So shout out to him for the t-shirt, it was awesome. But that's what we're going to be hitting tonight. So hope you guys are well. I'm going to head on in and get this one underway. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is just starting with what I consider to be the most important foundation in my arm wrestling training, which is pronated back pressure on the diagonal. So it really hits everything. It's not just straight back, it's not side, it's a combination. It's the most accurate representation of what it is to arm wrestle. So all I've got is it looped over the thumb. Nothing special going on there, just looped over the thumb. I might slide the knot up just in case. Gives you something to hold on to as well. And hit back pressure. So at the moment, I've just got 7 kilos on there just as a warm up. I can go pretty heavy on this, generally speaking, but we'll see what I can do tonight. Alright, let's move it up. I'm not going to count sets and reps. This is just going to be a working night. I will go heavy though. I'm not interested in doing 50 reps or something like that. I'm more interested in doing a weight where I can move like 4 to 5 reps. So this is, like I said, my most important strength in my game. I consider myself a pronation based puller. This is it. So at the moment there we got 18 kilos. Okay, let's go a little bit heavier. These pulleys are so much harder than other pulleys. I don't know why. 25 kilos feels astronomically heavy compared to what I'm used to. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you'll see there that now that it's at this weight, it's not about an active movement. Arm wrestling is a series of negatives or statics. So we want to just be able to maintain a static position, rock back at our torso, keep our pronation, keep our angle tight, and that's all good. I don't really want to be opening up to here, although that is something that I do train as well. At the moment I'm training tight. Training open is for a different style of arm wrestling. I mean, it's still something that you do. I love being open arm top roll, and that is something that I will do, but at the moment I'm trying to stay tight. Okay. Okay, so that's a good weight. It's a little painful through the hands on the knot there. It gets quite abrasive on the wrist, but it is what it is. So, yeah. I feel like this place is genuinely a sauna. It's crazy. I'll show you the windows later on. They're literally dripping. It's kind of crazy, and I do apologize for talking continuously. I'm having dramas at the moment with YouTube and the music in here, so I need to sort out this mic and get it to somehow focus on my voice as opposed to the music in the gym, because yeah, that's really annoying, just not being able to monetize videos and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so that weight's good. That weight feels right, and it's about the right amount of reps before I feel the urge to open up. So let's keep going. Okay. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Okay. I have to say I'm enjoying this gym. It's always nice to feel fresh in the gym. I feel fresh in the gym after just 4 days ago where I felt weak and small and flat. I now feel 10 times better, and everything's going well. So mentally starting to really shape up to believing that I'll be in really good form again by the time I face Gunther's, which is less than 2 weeks away now. Less than 2 weeks away. Okay, let's go again. Okay. Pronation feels good, bicep feels good. I think I'm hitting this a little more on the direct back pressure side than I originally started out, and that kind of happens as the weight gets heavier. Starts to iron you out into your strongest groove, and given I don't have a table to brace against, it's difficult to maintain the side pressure, and just starts straightening you out and getting you back in line with the cable and ending up on more direct back pressure, but so be it, it's all good. Okay, so that's 3 sets down. Gonna hit in 5 sets on this one before we go on to something different. Okay. All right. A lot of skin pain right there, a lot of pressure through this strap. It's uncomfortable, but honestly, it's almost a bigger factor than the effort itself. I feel like pain tolerance on that. So I usually have my martial arts belt, but I left that at my other gym, and I haven't gone back to collect it or buy a new one. So this is what I got instead, and it's digging in. It's not nice. The alternatives to do for this grip, it's pretty easy. If you want to make this simultaneously about wrist rise as well as pronation, then you can just grab it, as opposed to putting it over your thumb. If you just grab it, it's going to affect more so. It's higher up on the hand, and it makes your wrist want to drop a bit as well. So depending on what you're training for, if you've got a specific opponent or something like that, variations like that can be worth doing. But anyway, one more set on this one. Okay. I just realized I've been putting my foot on the pulley. There's a pulley down the bottom, and I've been literally putting my foot on it, increasing friction. Okay, well, let's see how this one feels. I don't know, this one might feel easier. Okay, I don't know if it was just all in my head. Did that feel easier? Maybe, I don't know. But I definitely was putting my foot on the pulley, and it was spinning, under my foot. Anyway, all right, I'll set something new up, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Just got the Vector wrench set up now. So this time I've gone with a high attachment, just the 7 kilos on there at the moment, just so I can demonstrate what I'm doing and stuff. But I've gone with a strap over the back of the hand, so that's going to take a lot of the pressure off my fingers. I don't have to squeeze as much, and this is going to give me the opportunity to work on my wrist flexion. You guys have probably heard me say a bunch of times that I consider my wrist flexion to be my weakness. So this is one method that I'm using to try to change that. The high pulley allows you to not really have to use much bicep. It's more a lat engagement and just a wrist flexion. And ideally you could add a whole lot of variations to it. You can do it with side pressure engaged as though you're trying to pin. You can do it real isolated, get inside your shoulder and just work your hand. Depends what you want to do. Right now for me, I'm going to aim for just working my hand because I think that my side pressure is already good, so I don't want my side pressure to do the work here. I could throw my elbow sideways and get the movement, get the inertia going, but then that doesn't get the maximal work for my hand. So I'm going to go with the elbow inside, the line of my body, almost the Sandra Sadis sort of head position, and just aim for deep wrist flexion. This is going to isolate the hand. It means I'm not going to be able to do much, so I'm just going to add a couple of kilos onto this one. And away we go. All right, let's go. Okay, so I might go a little bit heavy on that. I was able to do a few too many reps on that before I burned out. Ideally, again, I'd like it for a movement like this where isolating the forearm. I'm aiming for failure somewhere between 10 and 15, and so I failed at 20 on that one, so I'll go up 2 plates and see what this next set feels like. Okay. Okay, that's a better weight. Much harder effort and failure at 15. That's what I'm after. Hey, so I got another invitation today to an event. I've now got 4 lined up. I can't actually tell you what it is, but I can say that it's Northern Hemisphere, and I can say that it's against a Northern Hemisphere puller, and it's after the Ron Barth match. So Gunther's Bykov's 2 weeks, Bak Seong Yeol in 6 weeks, Ron Barth in like 12 weeks, and then Northern Hemisphere puller a few more weeks after that. So I have 4 matches now lined up for the next 5 months, which I'm very, very happy with. 4 world-class matches. Okay. Gotta get in shape. Gotta get in shape. Okay, 15 again, happy with that. I'm gonna go up a plate. I'm starting to get a little bit lazy. I'm starting to just be comfortable with that. I'd like to be at a little heavier effort. I might increase it so that my failure happens around 10. I've just gone up 1 plate now, so that might already happen, but I just want intensity to be a little higher. This is a movement you can see. It's easy to get a bit of inertia with the lat and that drag down. If you strictly isolate, you could probably make it really hard, but sometimes a bit of movement, a bit of inertia, it's more realistic to what you're having on the table. So I think it's good sometimes to have a little bit of looseness in the way that you approach things. So anyway, let's see how this feels. Okay. Hell yeah, that's better. That's the sort of effort I want. 10 reps and hard and failing and form failure happening and yeah, nastiness. You'll notice that I'm not doing any left arm. Yeah, I'm not doing any left arm. Today is an arm wrestling specific day, so we are working the right arm only. You can see some of the differences in the way that my arm straightens and doesn't. That's 10 years of arm wrestling. It's always interesting. I've often tried to work out why some arm wrestlers can perfectly straighten their arms and other arm wrestlers like me can't. I think it's not entirely spot on, but I think a lot of it has come down to people who are heavy elbow side pressure based arm wrestlers tend to have the lock more so and end up being King's movie style people. People like Todd Hutchins is the exception to that rule. Obviously he goes sideways and leans on his elbow a lot, and I'm pretty sure his elbows, arms still straighten for the most part. But generally speaking, people who are hand control based arm wrestlers don't have this issue. The people who are elbow based arm wrestlers tend to have this issue. So, okay, one more set. Let's see how we go. Last one. Okay, got a few more reps out, but you can see there was inertia and momentum being used. We discussed that, that's fine. Feel pretty good, that's definite fatigue in the common flexors there. Pumps getting up there, starting to get large. Okay, so I'll set something new up and see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I'm going to do some isolated pronation on this one. So this one is designed to target my pronator exclusively. There's a little bit of the arm stability and elbow stability in there as well, but largely speaking, I'm going to be resting my elbow on my knee and just isolating the pronation. Okay, so the purpose of this is to get that pronator that we can see hopefully popping a bit, I don't know, getting that fatigue, because when you do pronated back pressure, although yeah, you do fatigue in the pronator, your bicep takes a lot of the effort as well, and a lot of the failure happens there. So this one is to target the pronator a little further and just get it. So again, how much you cup your wrist will change where the pronation feels. If you have, the more straight your wrist, the more higher the pronator and the higher the twisting sort of factor becomes in your wrist. And you've got pronators up in the top of your wrist, you've got pronators down in your elbow. So the more you bend your wrist, the more it is in the prime movers down the bottom. The more straight you have, the more it's in the top pronators. So I'm going to be targeting the top pronators in this one. So we're just looking for the twist with the straight wrist. Now this is a movement where there's not a lot of weight on there. I've got 15 kilos, and that's more than enough. Sorry, I lie. On this one, only 7 kilos, 15 pounds. More than enough on this pulley for sure. It fatigues rather quickly. This is isolated pronation, but it's one of those things. It's often I've found in arm wrestling, literally, that the smaller the muscle group that you target, the more value it has if you win it. And what I mean by that is that the reward for having dominant pronation relative to your opponent is that that his hand opens up. Pronation in yourself attacks your opponent's wrist flexion, generally speaking. So if your pronation is like a boss, that means his hand's gonna cave under. And look at anyone that pulls Devon. Devon's pronation is amazing, and it's because of that pronation that literally people might hang with Devon for the first 10 seconds, and then after that they start to slowly lose their hand. And that's the benefit of having mega pronation. What a burn. Yeah. Just pulses through the thumb, pronating through the thumb. We know that thumb-based pronation is like almost, again, it's like, you can't say it's the most important thing because that's just ludicrous. You can't win an arm wrestle just with your thumb. You need to have everything else as well. But it's one of those things that's like, it feels like a cheat when you realize how good the thumb pronation is and how to use it to the maximum capability. It feels like a cheat. It's like an unlock. You can stop someone that's so much stronger than you through the fundamentals of bicep and center pressure and side pressure even. if you've got the thumb and you can just go boop, you can stop anyone. So thumb-based pronation is mega. Oh, it's like cramping in the pronator. Oh, it gets so tight, it becomes like a rock. I actually really like when my pronator becomes stiff. It was something that I got that advice from Devin because my instincts were that. I always felt like when my pronator feels really rock hard in the lead up to an event, that's when I feel my strongest. I don't like it to feel supple and soft. I don't like it to get massage or anything like that. And I rang, before my match with Mazza here, I rang Devin and had a chat with him about that and asked him what he does. And he's like, yeah, dude, I don't let anyone touch me with massage. And he likes to have that stiffness as well. He said, if anything, it'll do it after the event, but prior to the event, that stiffness is a good thing. Okay, keep a few more going. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of burn. It's a lot of burn. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do, I can just leave this setup right here, leave this weight as well, is just gonna hit some wrist rise. I like to hit wrist rise light. I like to hit wrist rise towards the end of a session. My hand and arm is certainly pumped already, and it's pretty brutal. So fatigue and failure kicks in quite quickly, but this is all it takes, just little pulses, and you get that value. This, like the thumb-based promotion, is one of those ones where it's like having this as a dominance over your opponent is hugely valuable. The reward of winning the high ground is you get to choose what you want to do. You win the high ground, you can easily set a hook. You win the high ground, you can easily launch a top roll attack. You win the high ground, you can easily drive sideways. You win the high ground, you dictate terms. So, win the high ground. Very, very important. Like if I had to say one thing I most consistently, despite my opinion changing from time to time, I will say that wrist rise is the most rewarding strength to be dominant in relative to your opponent. So much flows from there. So you see, I don't go heavy. I very rarely do heavy numbers in the gym. I'll do the singles, the Devin Laird style singles, but they're just singles. Okay, so if you're gonna do wrist rise for volume, just make it light. You don't need a lot. This is definitely more than. Okay, so I haven't done anything on my left arm tonight, and that's the way I like it. Okay, so I've done heavy back pressure, pronated back pressure. I've done heavy wrist flexion. I've done isolated pronation, and I've done wrist rise. The only thing that is yet to go on completing the well-rounded right arm, forearm tonight is some ulnar deviation. Probably the most neglected of the hand movements. Ulnar deviation matters. Don't let anyone tell you it doesn't. The hookers, top rollers, all of it. Ulnar deviation will really unlock your ability to have strong rotation. It'll really unlock your ability to use the back of your opponent's hand as a fulcrum and peel open the hands for a can opener or a nice dragging top roll. This downward pressure through the pinky is incredibly important. You do not want to miss out on it. So all I do for that is raise the cable, grab it like this, and same, those little pulses that we're doing on wrist rise, Now, same thing, you don't need a lot of pressure on this. Just a tiny little pressure is good enough. It's so hot in here, it's ridiculous. Well, it's not that hot, it's just ridiculously humid. Yeah. Probably do a little bit more weight in this one than I did on wrist rise. The failure should be kicking in again around that sort of 15 to 20 mark for a little movement like this. If it's not, it's too light. So just add a bit more weight. We'll go have a look at the pump on my right arm versus my left arm after this. I suspect it's pretty significant because, like I said, I haven't done anything on the left yet, and I'm not gonna. So I reckon the right might look a little bigger, but we'll see. We'll see. Got a bit of a surprise tomorrow as well. Surprise guest. I can't really say much other than that, but we'll see. Tomorrow there could be someone on my channel that, yeah, you'll be able to say good day to. But anyway, I don't know why I said that, but I let the cat out of the bag. But I always am someone who likes to tell people about things coming up, surprises. But I was always wanting to, if I buy a Christmas present for someone, I always want to tell them what it is. But anyway, I'll stop mumbling now. Let's go check out the pump. All right, so let's have a look. The difference between the two. I'm always actually genuinely surprised at how much left progresses despite not doing anything with it. Obviously, you can see the size difference, but I find it interesting that there's bone length difference. Like, I swear the size of my hand, the back of my fist on left and right is different. Even elbow to fingertip, I swear is different. If I line them up exactly at the top, see right goes lower. I don't know, hey, but pretty crazy. Left is working. Yeah, right's definitely looking better. Getting there, slowly. The elbow stiffness is always an interesting thing as well. Comparing left to right, I definitely feel like it's a benefit in the arm wrestling. Ultimately, it's one of those weird things that's like, is it good for my health? Probably not. If I went and saw a surgeon, they'd probably be really like just angry at me for pursuing this. But like, I actually think it's one of those things in arm wrestling that does make you better long term. That stiffness fits into the category of what I think of as conditioning. Arm wrestling is about technique, about strength in a muscular sense, but then it's about conditioning. And as you get more and more stiff through your pronation, through your elbow, through your wrist, you get better. You just do. It's one of those sports where the older you are, the better you become, just due to that stiffness. Anyway, alright guys, that's enough of that. I'll see you outside. Check it out. It's a ladybug. Ladybird, ladybug, lady beetle. What do you call it? You know what it is. Alright guys, so that's the workout done. Week's been really good. It's been really good. I want to thank all of you for encouraging me and the support you've shown. This last week, getting back into the gym it was challenging. Mentally, it was really quite challenging to get over that hump. I wasn't sure my body was going to be able to handle the output combined with my work. But now that I'm 5 days back into the gym routine and I'm back into the work routine and all the other things that life throw at you, looking after kids, all that sort of stuff, it feels like it's sustainable. It feels like it's sustainable, and I think that we're gonna be good. So I'm happy and optimistic about this little pathway. You guys know I love arm wrestling. You guys know I'm never going to stop. So we're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep pushing forwards towards the goal. What is the goal? Just to become the best arm wrestler I possibly can be. I hope that gets me to a world title someday. That is the plan. We've come a long way, and I think there's plenty to go, but I think I'm in my best shape ever, and I'm loving it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Hope you guys have a good night wherever you are. If you're in the gym, stay strong. Let me know how you're going. And yeah, keep kicking those goals, guys.